Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Mark Hernandez. I'm the Director of Philanthropy here at Success Centers. A few housekeeping rules before we jump in. The chat is on. If you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to put them there. The reactions are working. It's a way for you to give feedback to our performers as they reveal their talents to you this evening. We ask you to mute your microphones, and we think that for the best experience, you're going to want to select speaker view. So in Zoom, you'll see the button towards the top where it says view. If you click that and you click speaker, we think that's going to give you the best experience. Tonight's talent show is a combination of recorded and live entertainment. And to start us off, I would like to welcome our Chief Executive Officer, Liz Jackson-Simpson. Miss Liz, if you will make yourself visible to us.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming tonight to our first of many annual Success Centers Got Talent shows. Mark is our Director of Philanthropy, and he has taken our fundraisers to a whole new level, and so has COVID. We are reaching more people through Zoom platform than ever through our programs and services and also our fundraisers. So we're so elated that everyone has joined us tonight. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite libation and enjoy the show. Mark, our MC for tonight. And you look fantastic.
Well, you know, it's better to look good than to feel good, if I may borrow from Billy Crystal. We talked about a lot of things when we were discussing this show, but it came back to the staff just wanted to give back. They wanted to thank everyone for their interest and their generosity. We can't share gifts in the traditional way, but we can share the gift of talent. And we would like to start off our program with a contribution from Bryan, Nashed, who submitted this recording.
Hi everyone, my name is Bryan, and I introduced myself as the Cannabis Career Advisor here at Success Centers, and I am excited to play for you tonight. I usually assist folks in looking for work in the cannabis industry and assist our Equity for Industry Program Director, Miss Angela White, host and co-host the monthly events that we do, our Equity for Industry Workshop, our Budding Industry Job Shop, both for the future cannabis business owners of San Francisco as well as current job seekers. And today I wanted to play my favorite Christmas song, which is kind of a sad one to start a talent show with, O Come Emmanuel, because it's really old, goes back at least to the 8th century, and like all good religious songs, probably older. And as days grow short and nights grow longer with no light at the end of the tunnel, I feel like there's a kind of medicine in a sad song telling you to be happy, at least for me as a performer, and so I hope I can share that with y'all. I usually play the song for my church, which isn't meeting this year, so I'm grateful for this opportunity to share it with y'all. Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, who mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel, and come to thee, O Israel. spirits with thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Thanks.
And that is Bryan Nashed, our equity assistant. Next, we would like to welcome Dawood Marion. Dawood, if you would turn on your video and let us get a look at you. There you are. Dawood, tell us a little bit about your work with Success Centers. What exactly do you do for us, and who are the populations that you serve?
I work in the Code on Point program. And so what we do is we provide tech training. We provide tech training by way of IT fundamentals, by design fundamentals, as well as web dev. And I do program management for the program. So I make sure that everything's running smoothly like a well-oiled machine, and that everybody has what they need to be supported to provide our participants with the best value possible.
You came to Success Centers from the Imagine Bus project, and there you were teaching art. So you do both. You're involved with both the artistic end and with the computer software end.
Yes, absolutely. I actually work right now. I am teaching in the design module of the Code on Point program. So what I'm doing is introducing students to what makes things look good, because a lot of us like to have nice things. We like to have nice clothes. We like to have nice glasses or hats or cars, houses. All these things have certain design principles that they follow. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, there are certain design principles that just make things look good. And I'm actually introducing a lot of our participants to that right now.
Now we're about to see your artistic skill in action. And I thought it was interesting that this is called Reportage Drawing. And I don't think I'd personally heard of this. Tell us a little bit about this video we're about to see.
Yes, so reportage drawing, I believe it's a French word, and it means to report with images. And there's actually, people use the word reportage. Some people say reportage and some people say reportage, but it's actually used in photography as well. So when photographers go on site, on location to report about different issues in journalism, they'll call it reportage. You're just taking images that kind of report what was going on at the time. In this video, this was around, I think, 2011, and there was a big protest going on in Oakland. It was a protest with teachers and a lot of different people who were unhappy about things that were going on, and they wanted more support. And so I happened to live in downtown Oakland at the time, and I heard that this protest was going on, and I heard all the noise and stuff in my house. So I grabbed my sketchbook and my pens, and I rushed down there with my bike and everything. And I got literally in the middle of everybody, sat my sketchbook down there, and I started drawing and recording the whole thing. And it was really fun, and I made a lot of friends, and I was there to show support, people who want support.
And now we're going to see a view of that through this video. Thank you, Dawood. And I'm going to ask Sam to take it away and let us see about this.
We're here for the general strike. There is a shit ton of people here. I've never seen a protest this big in the East Bay before.
People around the world have awakened to the chokehold that capitalism has over all of our lives.
It's very exciting to be here right now.
So
There's copters
there's
flying overhead. There's no cops though anywhere. I haven't seen a single
anywhere.
plainclothes police officer in the street, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's like people are just taking over the entire city right now. No cops anywhere. There's just police helicopters circling ahead. It's very interesting. It's an interesting dichotomy from Tuesday night.
Yeah, they learned their lesson, I think, from assaulting the populace with tear gas.
That is Dawood Marion. Thank you so much, Dawood. Next up, we would like to invite, continuing this parade of talent, which has already got me pretty inspired. We'd like to invite Jamie Brewster to show himself and to join us to introduce his piece.
It says you can't start your video. The host stopped it.
Oh, we're going to start your video. All you got to do is turn on your oh, we did?
Yeah,
all right.
I don't have video right now, capabilities right now. It's giving me a message.
Let's
there we go.
Let us release you from that bondage, shall we? That probably happened due to an inadvertent click.
How we doing?
All right. Let us make sure that everybody can see your smiling face. There you are.
Fantastic. There we go.
Jamie, we're going to hear some music from you, but first, tell us about what you do. You work for us over in Oakland, and what does that work look like?
I do. I'm the site manager of Success Center's Oakland location. We focus mainly on the reentry population, but with that being said, we also serve the general population and pretty much anyone who walks through the doors.
You always have a story for me every week. Someone walks through your door and 1 week later they got a job. So you get it done. And your work is very patient, and it involves, to me, it involves a lot of gentleness, really. And yet I know a couple things about you, Jamie. I know that you are a hardcore skateboarder. Even though you're a few years away from enrolling in AARP, you are still out there on that skateboard. And you're about to show us some music here that just took me by surprise. Tell us a little bit about this piece we're about to see.
Well, first off, I'm already in AARP. I'm 51, man. But yeah, so this band of mine is a hip hop metal band I put together. I put the band together from members of on Craigslist, and we formed this group. We were together for about 5-6 years, had lots and lots of fun. So the video you're about to see is about stereotypes, and I hope you enjoy it. And small disclosure, there is a tiny, tiny, tiny little F-bomb in the very beginning, but after that, it's all clean. So be prepared. Enjoy.
All right, come on. I hope you don't expect me to talk about 26s. Iced out watches, gold grills ain't my kind of expenses. You never find my pants sagging to my knees, brother, please, I got more sense than that. Every time you talk, it smells like fucking similar. Cause you young, I ain't hating, I'm stating facts. If you get older, you will smile when you look back. The times have changed, I see the light, sometimes it blows my mind. So pay attention and sit back and enjoy the ride. Yeah. Shit like books right my whip. Maybe I should put on some stunning shades like a fly to spaceship. Maybe I should talk about $1,000 bottles of champagne. Or me mugging the video with borrowed money trying to make it rain. You got me disappointed, no, I never fired a gun at no one. Cause I grew up the days when I walked past and watched you run. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is never judge a book by its cover. Probably blow your mind, know I got a blonde hair, feel like mother. Yeah. You don't expect me to use the N-word. My intellect allows me to use pronouns to add this verb. Hope you don't expect to see me riding around town with my beats so motherfucking out vibration, gonna knock my mother down. This ain't a hype beat, it's a slap word. This ain't a real beat, I need to play it backward. This ain't a hype beat, it's a slap word. This ain't a real beat, I need to play it backward. Scarface putting powder on my nose. Hope you didn't expect to see me on parole or probation. You're more likely to find me at a skate park or someplace meditate. Ain't no right to be a bumper or backward. This ain't no right to be not even to play it backwards. This ain't no right to be a bumper or backward. This ain't no right to be not even to play it backwards. What? This ain't a hype, you need a thumb or a slapper. This ain't no rip, I mean, I need to play it backwards. This ain't a hype, you need a thumb or a slapper. This ain't no rip, I mean, I need to play it backwards. This ain't a hype, you need a thumb or a slapper. This ain't no rip, I mean, I need to play it This ain't a hype, we need a problem. This ain't no place my feet, now if you play the back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That is the great Jamie Brewster. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. Right on.
We're going to continue with our show now. We've got a live play rating for that. And for that, I'm going to ask Siobhan, Doherty, and Carlos Aguirre to come on the screen. And we are going to put us up here through the magic of video. Give us one moment. There we go. Okay. This play is written by a young writer in the Each One Reach One playwriting program. This is a playwriting program that serves incarcerated or justice-involved young people. They are guided in the writing of a play, a one-scene play. It takes about 2 weeks, and they are paired one-on-one with a mentor. They learn the basics of how to write a play. They write the play, and then at the end of the period, we invite professional actors to come and perform. And we are joined tonight by two of our veteran actors, Siobhan, Doherty, and Carlos Aguirre. The plays employ metaphor. These plays do not feature people. They feature animals or inanimate objects or forces of nature. And the reason might be apparent to you. This gives the young writer a mask, creates a safe spot for that person to write and express something without necessarily ascribing it to a human. But we all know what's going on. And this is a play that we're going to perform for you live right now. It is called Like You Say You Do by young writer Bam. If you want to follow along, the script is just got put in the chat. And in fact, if you go there, you're going to have a link to 20 years worth of plays written by Each One Reach One writers. Like You Say You Do by Bam. Characters: Boom the brown bear, real name Darian, 17 years old, lives in the Flou-Flam forest. Joanne the jackrabbit, 16 years old, also lives in the Flou-Flam forest, has been in a relationship with Boom for about 1.5 years now. Setting: in a cave that Boom calls home. It's quiet, but surprisingly warm. It's located on the edge of the forest, away from everything. Time, 12 a.m. on a summer night. At rise, both Boom and Joanne are in bed, pretending to go to sleep.
What? Are you expecting an apology or something?
We just had an argument, Darian. I'm not gonna fight with you again.
Oh, so I'm Darian now. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what we're doing.
That's your name, isn't it? Now, good night.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what we're not finna do tonight.
Do what? Boom. What we not doing?
You really want that apology, huh? That's what I need to do. Okay. I'm sorry. All right, I apologize.
Apology? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need an apology.
Yeah, okay. Sounds nice.
You need to get something off your chest? You obviously gotta say something.
Matter of fact, I do gotta say something. We finna do this right now. Yep, right now.
Do what?
You know, a couple of months ago, we had that talk about the apologizing.
Yes.
And how things were gonna change and how you were gonna be different and all that.
Yes, Boom.
Yeah, it ain't happening. I ain't feeling it.
Feeling what?
You, babe. I ain't feeling it from you. Things ain't changed. You're acting the same. Every argument, every fight, it's the same thing. I end up saying it's my fault, even if it's not.
It's not every time. Don't exaggerate.
No, but that's the thing. It is every time. Think about it, babe. When was the last time you apologized to me? The last time you were like, you know what? I'm sorry, babe.
What? I'm supposed to put what I'm feeling to the side so you can feel okay. I'm supposed to be mad so you can be happy?
That's what I do for you. Since the beginning of this relationship, I've done that. You know that. I'm not asking for you to be mad or hurt, but in a relationship, you take and you give. You do the things for the one you love. Is that too much to ask, or you can't change for me?
Yep. Just like you can't change for me.
What?
Boom.
No, what are you talking? Joanne, you know I'd do anything for you.
Yeah. Anything but change. You know that I hate you out there in those woods, but that doesn't stop you. Nothing I say can change you.
Don't start with that again. You know who I am and what I do. I told you this when we first started talking. You said you were okay with that, and now this?
Yeah. That was before you started getting shot at by hunters. That was before I got the news from your parents that you were in the zoo and nobody knew when you were getting out. That was before I was crying because you didn't come home when you were supposed to, and me thinking that you could be dead. Do you know how that feels? How that makes me feel? Of course you don't, because you don't care. You couldn't understand.
Of course I do. I'm the one getting shot at. I'm the one going to the zoo. I know what the hell is going on. So of course I understand. It's you that doesn't understand. I told you what it was. I told you what it is, and that's that.
And that's the problem, Boom. You're hurting me and you're not willing to change. You're asking me to change because you're in pain, but you're not the only one. You're not alone. I'm hurting too. So what I look like doing for you that you won't do for me.
No, there's a difference. I won't change because this is my life. This is who I am, and you know that. It's not new news. But you just won't change because you're stubborn, because it's not convenient for you. And honestly, if you ask me, it's because you don't care. I don't think I can be with someone who obviously doesn't love me the way I love them.
What? What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
So you're just gonna leave me? What happened to getting married? The kids? The growing old together? Look at me! What happened to forever and ever?
Babe, what happened to us? What happened to the love that was always supposed to be there? It ain't there no more, is it?
What are you talking about? Of course it's there. I have always loved you, and I still do. It never left. But can you say the same? Because you're willing to drop everything we have. How could you do that if you really love me like you say you do?
The same way you keep pushing me to the edge, Joanne.
Just like how you keep hurting me out there in those woods. I don't want to lose you. And I don't want you to leave me. To leave us. So I will try. I promise. You're right. I should be paying attention to how I make you feel. I will be a better girlfriend. I've been a bad one. I'll be better. But listen, if I'm going to make this effort, I need the same from you. No, babe, I'm serious. I'm not asking you to change your life. I don't need you to be a pastor bear or a male bear. But I do need you to slow down out there. For real. I can't lose you. I love you too much. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. And you're right. I've been wilding out there. Things been crazy lately, but that's my fault. I brought that on me. I'm okay with that, but I didn't notice what it was doing to you. You know I would never, ever want to hurt you. Especially not because of me, so I'll slow down out there. I need to be with you more. I'm sorry, babe. I love you.
You promise?
I promise.
No more coming in late night.
Done.
No more shootings.
Done.
I can't lose you.
And you won't. I'm right here next to you.
Forever?
And ever.
And ever?
The end. Thank you, Siobhan. Thank you, Carlos. And you know what? We're getting to that point in the show where time for a dance break, all right? And for that, we're going to ask you, wherever you are, you stand up, you find a little room, you don't know how to dance. In this 3-minute video, you're going to learn the step and you will dance it. I guarantee it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal. I'm going to show you a real easy way to break down a dance combination with a little Latin flair. And it's about 4 easy steps. So I'll show you the steps. We'll do it together once, and then we'll add some music. So let me go over here. Step number 1 is just a side to side. And you can move your arms, move your hips as much as you want. Real easy. This is the same thing. Same thing. You add your flair however much you want. Number 2 is to double that up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We doubled that up. Step 3 is a little kick, touch the floor. Kick, 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 kick. Number 4 is a turn. Arms up, turn, use your hips, and then you go the other way. Arms up, turn, use your hips. All together. Single, number 1, single. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And the other way. All right, we could do this. Let's add some music, those 4 easy steps. It should be real easy. You can add any music that you want.
I am not the greatest dancer in the world, but even I can follow that. Next up on our program, as we round to our last third, we're going to go over a little bit, but not much, I promise you. Once again, my name is Mark Hernandez. I am the Director of Philanthropy for Success Centers And my job is to raise visibility and support for the organization, especially from individual donors, seeing where our work might align with their philanthropic interests. I'm going to recite for you tonight a Shakespearean soliloquy. This is from the book of Sir Thomas More, Act 2, Scene 4. I first heard this recited by Sir Ian McKellen, and I didn't understand everything he was saying, and yet I knew exactly what he meant. And I hope to capture some of that here tonight. I will set the scene, and then I will go straight into the soliloquy. Europe is in turmoil, war, upheaval, famine, persecution. People begin to leave their villages, looking for a place, any place, where they can live in peace. And they walk and they walk. They get to the end of the continent. They can go no further. They look across the English Channel, and there they see England. And they think to themselves, there, maybe I can live in peace in England. They get on boats, they cross the English Channel, they land in England, but they do not find a warm welcome. No, the English respond with violence. And the cry begins to ring out throughout England, remove the strangers, remove the strangers, strangers being the word for immigrant. Remove the strangers, go back to where you came from, you're not wanted here. Now the king could end all of this foolishness with a word, but the king says nothing, does nothing. And in so doing, he encourages the English mobs, which get ever more violent. They begin to attack the strangers, the immigrants, steal from them, abuse them in every way you can imagine, kill them. Sir Thomas More, appalled by the behavior of his fellow Englishmen, appalled by the silence of his king, encounters one of these mobs screaming, remove the strangers. And he responds with these words, grant them removed, and grant that this your noise hath chid down all the majesty of England. Imagine that you see the wretched strangers, their babies at their backs and their poor luggage, plodding to the ports and coasts for transportation, and that you sit as kings in your desires, authority quite silent by your brawl, and you in ruff of your opinions clothed. What had you got? I'll tell you. You had taught how insolence and strong hand should prevail, how order should be quelled, and by this pattern not one of you should live an aged man. For other ruffians, as their fancies wrought, with self-hand, same reasons and same right, would shark on you, and men like ravenous fishes would feed on one another. Say now the king should so much come too short of your great trespass as but to banish you. Whither would you go? What country, by the nature of your error, should give you harbor? Go you to France, or to Flanders, to any German province, to Spain, to Portugal, nay, anywhere that not adheres to England? Why, you must needs be strangers. Would you be pleased to find a nation of such barbarous temper that, breaking out in hideous violence, would not afford you an abode on earth? Whet their detested knives against your throats, spurn you like dogs, and like as if God owed not, nor made not you. Nor that the claimants were not all appropriate to your comforts, but chartered unto them, what would you think to be thus used? This is the stranger's case, and this your mountainish inhumanity. The book of Sir Thomas More, Act 2, Scene 4. Someone writes in the chat, 500 years later, and we're doing the same thing, which is why I think it speaks to me still. Two more acts to bring us home. We're going to go over, like I said, but not too much. I'm going to invite G. Mark and Aareus to come on the scene with me. Let me find you guys. We got such a big room here that it takes me a little while to find you. G. Mark and Aareus. All right. Let us get you there. There we go. Here is G. Mark, also known as Dyelow, And where are you? Where are you, Aareus?
Here.
All right. Okay, these are our two newest members. Aareus, we're missing you on video. Are you able to turn on your video?
Yeah, 1 second.
They created a music video for us, and you are two of our newest members of Success Centers. So tell us a little bit about your work. What do you do?
Still trying to get my video to come back on.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Aareus. Me and my business partner, Dyelow, we're fresh from Michigan, recruited to do work at Success Centers. I'm a visual arts instructor and songwriting instructor, and my partner, Dyelow, is going to do audio engineering at Success Centers.
And who do you teach? Who are these students that you will be teaching or are teaching?
We serve really all types of young people and creatives, including musicians, artists, songwriters, producers, engineers, and then of course also visual and digital artists. And we really pride ourselves and try to help these young creatives find their voice through the exploration of art and music.
Part of the secret sauce of Success Centers, it includes arts, and we recognize the role of art as imperative to personal advancement and liberation and advocacy. And you have created something for us. Anything we need to know about it before we roll your music video?
Yeah, I'll give you guys just a brief. It's a music video song that me and Dyelow both worked on together. It's a kind of political thing, and it basically shows us my video and vocal skills and Dyelow's audio engineering talents and capabilities. So,
all right. Welcome to the Success Centers family, and let us take it away, Sam. Let us see what they've got for us.
You know what it is. Open my mind to this shit, you feel me? Yours.
A prism, lift your face in the rays of wisdom. I'm just a gifted enslaved to escape the system. Fallen angel, ancient rhythms to face my demons. Yin and yang, lick my lips, it can taste the venom. Sick with a sacred syndrome, a sinner in sin condition. Was sent to embrace the love, but got tainted by dangerous fixes. Spending my days twisted in phrases and fateful visions, but niggas remain to be entertained and complacent victims. I got a face you can't mistake for Judas. When gangsta music hit the nation, home invasion to it. We get that paper to it, refuse to forsake influence. You was a flake if you knew the truth, but obeyed the ruling. We all guilty till proven innocent. Thank the Constitution, but an ununified movement's not the solution. That's why a nigga like me writing like Huey Newton. The only position is soon removing the confusion. Jones. Trident, weapon of mind, body and soul, shaking his spirit like a mining for gold. By the whole world hypnotized, my G's defiant and bold. I'm the Osiris and flow, the last giant to roam as the global climate corrodes. Controlling clones of their phones like a rogue virus in your home like a Netflix show. Wi-Fi code, sci-fi mode, welcome to Cloverfield. You need a holy shield, or cover your ears like Holyfield. Strike the mic with a Tyson swing, not always known for saying the nicest thing, but I wear the crown like a righteous king. Come against me with all the weapons you like to bring. Death find your body cold as ice right before spring. War songs get sung when my army marches round and round and come back to haunt me, so I'm karma cautious. Better watch out for the heart of darkness. You ain't safe in this a la carte in a presidential office or a park pit.
There you go, newest members of Success Centers. Thank you so much for your contribution. They just joined us and they jumped right in and created this art for us. We've got one more piece for you and then a few words from our leadership. I'm going to invite on the screen Andra Gadson, who's going to perform live for us. There's Andra. All right, Andra, if you'll unmute yourself. We'd like to hear from you a little bit about what you do at Success Centers.
Well, I'm a case manager at Success Center, Youth Build Green Construction Pre-Apprenticeship Construction Program.
And who do you work with primarily? Who does this program serve?
Primarily, we serve the youth from 18 to 24. But however, our green construction program, we also allow participants that are 24 and older.
That's right. So they start with you when they come out, they're walking into skilled trade and making a pretty good check. So very valuable program for our community. I know you're going to perform live. Is there anything we need to know, or are we just going to jump right in?
Well, I have a way with words, and I wanted to do something a little different today and go back to a little old school, real old school. When I speak of time, I'm talking about before Christ times, some of the things, the way that we spoke, some of the things in symbolism.
All right, I think we're all looking forward to it. The floor is yours, Andre. Take it away.
Have you ever heard your name in the wind? When the first human beings walked the planet, they heard their name in the wind. And then every generation began. But now in this time of hatred and loneliness and fear and sickness and death, no one hears their name in the wind. Have you ever heard your name in the wind? When I was a young kid growing up on the streets of the Bay Area, I never heard my name in the wind. Young world, have you ever sat down and looked in the face of age or lent your ear to what the old man had to say? If not, today is the day. We have to get back in touch with the wind. Now, if you don't know what the wind is, after tonight, what I want you to do is take a seat and sit down and feel and reach from within. And then the real work will begin. Now, as we talk about the stories of old, how they always used to tell us about how the children would dance as if they were in the wind. Young world, we're here for you and not here. We're sorry we never left you. All I want you to do is reach for the wind. Have you ever heard your name in the wind? So tonight, my granddaughters are going to show you how the children perform when they hear the wind. Demaya, have you heard your name in the wind?
Yes, Papa, I have heard my name in the wind.
Dakota, have you heard your name in the wind?
Yes, Papa, I have heard my name in the wind.
And now the dance will begin, and you all will hear your names in the wind. Uh-oh. Go ahead. Did you hear your name in the wind? Young world, did you hear your name in the wind?
Yes, bravo. Okay, that's what I love about live performance. I didn't know what you were going to do. You just said you're going to do something. All right. And I didn't even need to know any more than that. That was beautiful. Thank you, Andre. We're going to invite now back as we wrap up our CEO, Liz Jackson-Simpson. Liz, let us get you on the so that everyone can see your shining face. There you are.
Can I get another round of applause for all the talented actors and performers and singers and musicians tonight? Yay! Yes, Success Centers truly got talent. Not only are we out there empowering lives through education, employment, and clearly the arts, we also have other talents and skills that are also out there kicking in. Everybody's message was about social justice and equity, true equity. And so we really appreciate all your time to put this program together. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our board chair and my good friend, Mr. Elliot Beckelman. Elliot?
Hello, everybody. I'd like to thank you on behalf of the board. Looks like we have at least 51 participants for joining us this evening. And even though I'm board chair, I don't lead, I follow this agency. I follow this staff, I follow Liz, I follow the talented people that we have here. But I just want to share with you a few of the highlights of the past year and what's going to be coming up. For me, the most significant part of the last year is that we've never stopped operating from day one of the pandemic. And our mayor was very strict, very smart, and very good. We kept our doors open. We did it in person and we did it virtually. And one of the keys for doing it is that our young people from the coding program taught us how to Zoom. They built these virtual programs that we could provide art and employment and educational services across the city and across the Bay, and in some cases across the nation. We provided services to over 1,300 clients through a hybrid arrangement of in-person and virtual services covering these areas. Close to home for me, as the son of a public school teacher, our school programs had on an average 5 students a month who received either a high school graduation or a GED, and these were young people who never thought they were going to graduate. Under our absolutely unique construction program under the great Tracy Green, we put our training programs online. These are folks that were building small houses from drywall to plumbing to roofing to electrical. And those that complete the program are now working today in Habitat for Humanity, building affordable housing, 6 units in the southeast side of the city. And during this time, we got 2 unique grants concerning cannabis. We've been teaching equity cannabis programs for the last 3 years. And you got to keep in mind that cannabis started underground. Cannabis is not always open to the members of our community, but we thought it was important to teach people not just job skills, to how to start and run a business. And Miss Angela White, Bryan, who you met earlier, we've been doing this for 3 years. They're bringing in stakeholders. We're teaching things on a very high level. We have very good participation. And this year we got 2 grants from the San Francisco Office of Cannabis. They acknowledge us. We are the only ones doing that. And if you're interested, you can follow us on Forbes and CBS and NPR. They've been highlighting our program. And we've even taught art classes for incarcerated youth. We've had a lot of highlights during this past year, and these are just some of them. And some of the highlights, I think, is partnerships that we have with community organizations. And Liz, if you don't mind, can you just share with us some of these partnerships?
Absolutely. You know, there are many, many to name, but I'll highlight some of the newer ones. I mean, you said one, Elliot, Habitat for Humanity. They're loving our kids. They're hiring them. They're building this units of housing. We have a new partnership with 3rd Street Youth Clinic where we'll be partnering with them to open up a new transitional age youth navigation center. Related Realty came all the way out from New York to see what we're doing. And so now we're partnering with them in Hunters Point as their workforce and education partner, a number of cannabis programs, but we can't thank Ms. Zoe Wilder enough for all the publicity she's gotten for us over the years to really help put us on a national sphere. All of our city funders and, you know, the Haas Foundation for continuing to support art for us is funding a new sound studio, more and more organized labor. I mean, the list can go on. So we're really, thank you. But the most important folks are you, guys who come out and support these fundraisers, support us, and give of your time, talent, and treasure.
Indeed, indeed.
Liz, can I step in here just a little bit and share with our audience something that we call the secret sauce, which I regard as the secret sauce, which is our staff. And I just mean that, and that includes you. I mean, I've worked with a lot of really great female leaders, including our new vice president, when she was district attorney, and Jerry Chiesa, a great labor leader, and other people like that. And with Liz, we have a remarkable staff.
Yes, we do.
They are not only just members of the community, they are committed and they're talented. And we have what I think is a really great board. We have expanded our board, and we have board members who have individual projects working with the staff, and the staff there's no competition, there's no jealousy on that. And we've brought on a couple of new members, and just to highlight just two of them, and I don't mean to insult anybody who I'm not highlighting at all, because every one of them is proactive. But what's interesting, we have a new board member by the name of Chris Bokio, who's from the tech industry. He took one of our clients, helped start a business, a construction safety company that teaches mandatory OSHA saving, and his first contract was with Genentech. We have another new board member, Leslie Taylor from Gensler, that dynamic global design and architectural firm that has donated its services and has helped us articulate our message to get out who we are and what we do. And every board member, and there's a dear friend that lives around the block, that I'm not even going to mention her name because other people I would not have mentioned, who's just so great in terms of coding and the like. But equally, it's you, our participants here, and I see on the participants a number of friends of mine who have joined, and my family as well. And it's our friends and it's our supporters. And as our new director of philanthropy, Mark Hernandez, would not want me to not say anything. We love your love. We love your support. We really love your money too. And so keep supporting us, and we love you back. Thank you.
I'll pick up on that. Every cent counts. I'd like to acknowledge in particular, we just got a special grant from Kaiser Permanente. It was very generous. It's going to help us with our year-end fundraising efforts. I'm going to follow up with everyone with an email message that will include a recording of tonight if you'd like to relive it or share it with somebody else. If you can help us, we are trying to raise money before the end of the year. Lean and mean, every cent goes to programming. This is smoke and mirrors. Thank God for the talent we have. I'd like to point out some artwork created by Dawood. I'm going to ask Sam to put it up. If you have donated in recent years and we have an address for you, then you got one of these. You got a Christmas card with our first ever holiday rendering of an artist's impression of the last house on the block. You'll see that the street sign says success, and Sam added a little animation for tonight. We're going to commission a new artist every year to give us their impression of the last house on the block. We've already got such positive feedback that we have artists lined up for 2021 and 2022. If you did not get a card and you'd like one, it probably means we don't have your address. In my follow-up email, I will give you my contact information. If you'd like one, we would be happy to send it out. We call our donor society the last house on the block to you. Thank you, Sam. I'm going to turn it over now to Miss Liz for the final word.
So thank you all so much for coming out tonight. None of the work of Success Centers could be done without our fantastic staff. As you can see, very talented staff. Even in their free time, they exude just so much talent, creativity, innovation. They're just kicking in doors everywhere. And our board, who allows us to be innovative and to take risks. So we're just so appreciative of you. And I'd like to really thank Mark and all the media team, but especially Sam K, who has been part of the force to help us get into this Zoom, learn how to Zoom and get into this tech space, Sam was a participant in Success Centers and now a critical part of the Success Center team and helping to run all this technology. So Sam, thank you, and take us out, sweetie. Thank you all for coming. And good night. Take us out, Sam. Barbara Sam doing it all. He's amazing. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and for your contributions and for the good vibes. That was everything I was hoping it would be. Andra, you killed me. You absolutely
Good
killed
job,
me.
Mark. Yeah, Trey. Hug those babies for us.
I wasn't expecting a dance at the end. I was like, what the hell is going on here? We got backup dancers.
Right. He's really the man when you know you got backup dancers. That's the man.
That took rehearsal. You actually had to rehearse that.
Thank you, ladies, for coming out.
I love the performance. Thank you, girls.
Yes, indeed. Way to go, Success Centers. Everybody have a wonderful holiday and keep safe out there. Keep your mask on.